Welcome to Bilingual Health and Wealth Academy. We are diving deep into the Millionaire Code today.
Ooh, interesting.
By Dr. Shu Chen-Hu.
Yeah?
She's had quite a varied career.
Okay.
Starting in science, she moved into writing and composing music.
Wow.
And now she's the founder of Kokushungsan Ltd.
So she's got experience in a lot of different fields.
Yeah, and it looks like Kokushungsan is all about empowering digital success.
That's really interesting.
So that kind of ties into the book.
Yeah, it does.
So what is the Millionaire Code all about?
Well,
Like, what's the core message?
it's about a lot more than just money.
Okay.
It's about well-being and prosperity in all areas of your life.
So it's like a more holistic view of wealth.
You could say that, yeah.
Now it sounds like the book tackles some common misconceptions about
Oh,
wealth
absolutely.
head on.
Yeah, like the idea that wealth is just for the privileged.
Right.
Or that you have to be unhappy to be wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
She debunks those myths and says that anyone can create wealth.
Okay, so how does she define wealth?
Well, the book breaks it down into different categories. Financial wealth, of course,
Yeah.
but also material wealth,
Uh-huh.
social wealth, time wealth,
Oh, wow.
even intellectual wealth.
So it's about recognizing that you might already be wealthy in some of these areas.
Exactly, and that you can become wealthy in other areas too.
That's a cool way to look at it,
Yeah, and that leads into one of the main themes of the book,
which is,
shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset.
oh, we hear that a lot.
We do.
But how does she define an abundance mindset?
It's believing in an unlimited potential and possibilities.
Okay.
It's knowing there's enough for everyone.
Uh-huh.
You focus on opportunities rather than limitations.
So it's the opposite of thinking there's not enough to go around.
Right. It's the opposite of the scarcity mindset.
Okay, so instead of always worrying about not having enough,
Yeah,
you choose to believe that you can create wealth.
exactly. You can create and attract wealth.
I like that.
And when you have that belief,
You can take actionable steps to make it a reality.
so this mindset shift is like the foundation for the rest of the strategies in the book.
It really is.
Now, one of the first things she talks about is setting financial goals.
Yeah, that's important.
But it seems like everyone talks about that. Wow. Is there something more to it?
She goes deeper than just writing down some numbers.
Okay.
You have to set both short-term and long-term goals
Oh, okay.
and understand how those work together.
Interesting.
Example,
Yeah.
let's say your long-term goal is to buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can break that down into smaller short-term goals,
Oh, okay.
like saving a certain amount each month
Okay.
or paying off a specific debt.
So you create like a roadmap.
Exactly, with milestones along the way.
I like that.
And you get those smaller wins,
Yeah.
which keeps you motivated and helps you reach that bigger goal.
It's all about balance.
It is.
Okay, so what about those limiting beliefs
Oh, yeah.
that might be holding us back from achieving our goals?
That ties back into the abundance mindset, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how do we overcome those limiting beliefs?
Well, first you have to identify them.
Yeah.
Like maybe you think, I'm just not good with money. Or investing is too risky.
Yeah.
Or even all wealthy people are greedy.
Right. Those are all negative beliefs.
They are, and they can really hold you back.
So the book gives strategies for overcoming them
It does.
because ultimately
Yeah.
our beliefs shape our actions.
Exactly.
Okay. So financial literacy is also important.
Very important.
But what does that actually mean?
It's more than just being good at math.
Okay.
It's about understanding how money works
Right.
and being empowered to take control of your finances.
So what kind of topics does the book cover in this area?
Well, a lot, actually.
Okay.
Like budgeting, managing debt,
Okay.
understanding different types of investments,
Yeah.
planning for retirement.
So like a crash course in personal finance.
You could say that.
Now, she also mentions educating yourself about investment strategies.
Yeah, and she emphasizes understanding your risk tolerance
Okay.
and choosing investments that align with your goals.
So it's not about blindly following the latest trends.
No, it's about making informed decisions.
Now, one thing that really caught my eye was the idea of creating multiple streams of income.
Oh, yeah. That's a key concept.
And she argues that this is really important for financial security and flexibility.
It is.
So what are some examples of these income streams?
Well, there are a lot of possibilities.
Right.
You could create and sell digital products
Okay.
or earn royalties from intellectual property.
Interesting.
You could start an online business or even find a way to monetize your hobbies.
So it's about thinking outside the box
It is.
and using your skills to generate income.
Exactly. She talks about renting out a spare room.
Yeah.
Or offering consulting services.
So many possibilities.
There really are.
Wow, we've covered a lot already.
We have.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to explore in the Millionaire Code.
Like specific strategies for managing debt, budgeting,
Yes.
and even investing.
We'll dive into those next time.
Okay, so stay tuned as we continue this deep dive.
Into the Millionaire Code.
And learn more about Dr. Howe's insights and strategies for building wealth and prosperity.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
And if you want to find out more about Dr. Howe's work and Kokoshungsan Ltd,
Yeah.
you can visit kokoshungsan.net.
That's kokoshungsan.net.
All right, we'll see you in the next part.
See you then. Okay, so let's talk about budgeting.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know, it's not the most exciting topic.
It's definitely not my favorite.
But it's really important.
I know.
And Dr. Howe actually has a pretty interesting take on it.
Okay, I'm curious.
She doesn't see it as restrictive.
Oh.
She sees it as a tool for empowerment.
Okay.
It's about taking control of your money and making conscious choices.
So it's more about being intentional.
Exactly.
Okay. But how do we actually create a budget that works?
Well, the first step is to track your expenses.
Ugh, that sounds tedious.
I know, but it's important.
But,
Even those small purchases.
like that daily latte?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You need to see where your money's going.
So you can identify those areas where you might be wasting money.
Right. Those little leaks that add up over time.
Okay, so once you have that awareness
Then you can start categorizing your expenses.
into needs and wants.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you have to be honest with yourself about those wants.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to admit.
It is, but it's important.
Okay, so if that latte is a need for you.
Then you build it into your budget.
Right.
But maybe those impulse buys at the checkout counter.
Yeah, those are definitely wants.
Exactly.
Okay, so once you've categorized everything.
Then you set spending limits for each category.
So you're creating boundaries.
Right. But they shouldn't be too restrictive.
It's about finding that balance.
Exactly.
Now, I like that she emphasizes that a budget shouldn't be static.
Oh, yeah. It needs to be flexible.
Because life changes.
Right. Your income might fluctuate. Your
Yeah.
goals might change.
So you need to adjust your budget accordingly.
Exactly. It's a living document.
Okay, now let's talk about saving.
Another fun topic.
Saving can be so hard.
I know, but it's crucial.
Okay, so what are her tips?
Well, she recommends paying yourself first.
What does that even mean?
It means setting up automatic transfers to your savings account
Oh, okay.
on the same day you get paid.
So you're making saving a priority
Exactly.
instead of waiting to see what's left over at the end of the month.
Right, because then there's usually nothing left.
Exactly.
And she says to start small,
Okay.
even if it's just a little bit each month.
The key is consistency.
Yes, over time it adds up.
And then there's the magic of compound interest.
Exactly, your money starts working for you.
I love that.
She also talks about building an emergency fund.
That's important.
It's your safety net,
So you can handle those unexpected expenses
like a job loss.
or a medical emergency.
Oh, yeah.
So how much should you save for emergencies?
She recommends 3 to 6 months of living expenses.
Okay, that's a good guideline.
It is, but it really depends on your individual situation.
Right, your risk tolerance and your financial obligations.
Exactly.
Okay, now she also talks about maximizing your saving potential.
Oh, yeah, there are a lot of strategies.
Like what?
Well, comparison shopping is a big one.
Oh yeah, I should do that more often.
It can really make a difference.
Okay, what else?
Negotiating lower bills.
Okay.
And even downsizing certain expenses.
So it's about being proactive,
Exactly.
taking control of your spending.
Instead of just accepting whatever prices are thrown at you.
Right. She even talks about negotiating lower interest rates on your credit cards.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that.
It's worth a try.
Okay, what about those recurring expenses?
Oh yeah, those subscriptions and memberships.
They can really sneak up on you.
You have to review them regularly.
And cancel the ones you don't use.
Exactly.
Okay, now it's not just about cutting back. It's also about earning more.
Exactly.
So how do we do that?
Well, she talks about asking for a raise,
Okay.
negotiating a higher salary in a new job, or exploring side hustles.
So it's a two-pronged approach
It is manage your expenses.
and increase your income.
Exactly.
Now she goes into specific ways to boost your income.
Right, like real estate investment.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
It is, and entrepreneurship.
Okay, those are big topics.
Yeah.
But let's try to unpack them a little bit.
Okay.
So let's start with real estate.
Okay.
It always seems so intimidating.
I know, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay, so how does she make it less intimidating?
Well, she explains the potential advantages,
Like what?
property appreciation,
Ugh.
cash flow from rental income, and tax benefits.
So it's a multifaceted approach.
It is.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Okay.
Property appreciation, that's when the value of your property goes up over time.
Right. And that can lead to big gains when you sell.
So it's a long-term investment.
Okay, what about rental income?
Well, if you rent out your property,
Yeah.
you get a steady stream of passive income.
Oh, I love passive income.
Me too.
Okay, and what about tax benefits?
There are certain deductions and advantages for real estate investors,
Okay.
but you should always consult with a tax advisor.
Of course. So it sounds like real estate has a lot of potential.
It does.
But there are also risks, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like what?
Well, the market can fluctuate.
Right.
You might have property management challenges.
Right, dealing with tenants and repairs.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
And there's always a possibility of unexpected expenses.
So it's important to be prepared.
Absolutely.
Okay, now she also talks about different real estate strategies, like buying and managing rental properties.
That's the most common one.
Okay, and how does that work?
You buy a property,
Yeah.
and then you rent it out to tenants.
Okay, and that generates income.
Exactly. And you can use that income to cover expenses.
Or pay down the mortgage.
Or even reinvest in other properties.
So you build a portfolio over time.
Exactly.
Okay, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It can be. You have to screen tenants,
Right.
handle maintenance,
Yeah.
and deal with all sorts of issues.
So maybe you hire a property manager,
That's an option.
but that costs money.
It does.
So there are trade-offs to consider.
Always.
Okay, what about flipping houses?
That's a different strategy.
Yeah, it seems more fast-paced
It is.
and riskier.
Definitely.
So how does it work?
You buy a property that needs work,
Okay,
you fix it up,
yeah.
and then you sell it for a profit.
So you're adding value,
Exactly.
but it seems like a lot could go wrong.
The market could change.
Right.
Your renovation costs could be higher than expected.
Yeah.
You might not find a buyer.
So it's definitely not for everyone.
Right. You need a certain level of expertise and risk tolerance.
Okay, what about REITs?
Oh, yeah. Real estate investment trusts.
What are those?
They're companies that own or operate income-producing real estate. Okay.
And they're traded on stock exchanges.
So you can buy shares.
Exactly.
It's like a more passive way to invest in real estate.
It is. You don't have to manage properties yourself.
And they pay dividends.
Right, which can provide a steady stream of income.
So you get potential appreciation and income.
Exactly. But like any investment, there are risks.
Of course.
You have to research carefully
Right.
and understand the factors that can affect performance.
Okay. So whether you're buying rentals,
Yeah.
flipping houses, or investing in REITs,
Right.
it's important to understand the risks and rewards.
Absolutely. And to choose the strategy that aligns with your goals.
Now let's talk about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
That's a whole other beast.
It is.
It's both exciting and daunting.
Very true.
So what does she say about it?
Well, she talks about the mindset you need.
Okay. Like what?
Visionary thinking, willingness to take risks,
Yeah.
and resilience.
Because you're going to face setbacks.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you need that entrepreneurial spirit. You do.
What about skills?
She emphasizes communication,
Okay.
financial literacy, marketing,
Right.
problem solving,
Yeah.
and adaptability.
So it's a mix of business acumen
Right.
and those soft skills.
Exactly.
Now, for someone who's never started a business,
Yeah.
it can be overwhelming.
It can.
So how does she break it down?
Well, she provides a step-by-step approach
Okay.
from identifying an opportunity
Right.
to creating a business plan, securing funding,
Yeah.
building a team.
And scaling the business.
Exactly.
So it's a comprehensive guide?
It is.
Okay. So how do you identify a good business opportunity?
Well, she says to focus on solving a problem
Okay.
or fulfilling a need in the market.
So you're providing value to customers.
Exactly.
Okay. And then you create a business plan.
Right, that's your roadmap.
And what should that include?
Your mission and vision,
Okay.
your target market, your products or services,
Right.
your marketing strategy, your financial projections,
Right.
your management team.
And your plans for growth?
Exactly.
But what about funding?
Well, there are a lot of options.
Like what? Bootstrapping.
That's using your own money.
Right.
Okay, what else?
Angel investors?
Those are wealthy individuals.
All right.
Okay.
Venture capital?
Those are firms.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
bank loans.
those are traditional.
Right.
Okay.
Cloud funding.
That's online.
Right.
Okay. And government grants.
Those can be competitive.
So there's a lot to consider.
There is.
Now, once you have funding,
You need a team.
right, because you can't do it all yourself.
Exactly.
So how do you build a good team?
Well, she talks about creating a strong company culture,
Okay.
offering competitive compensation, and building a positive work environment.
So people feel valued.
Exactly.
Okay. And then there's scaling.
That's when things get really challenging.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges?
Maintaining quality as you grow.
Okay.
Managing cash flow, adapting to change, building systems, and dealing with growing pains.
So it's a whole new set of hurdles.
It is.
And you have to balance risks and opportunities.
Right. You can't just grow without thinking.
It's about making strategic decisions.
Exactly.
Wow. Entrepreneurship is a wild ride,
It is.
but it can be incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered a lot about building wealth.
We have.
But what about managing the wealth you've created?
That's the next step. And Dr. Howe doesn't stop there. She also talks about what happens when you're ready to exit a business.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just about building a business.
No, it's also about knowing when and how to sell it.
That makes sense, because that's a whole other challenge.
It's a complex process.
So what should entrepreneurs consider when they're thinking about selling?
Well, she emphasizes determining the true value of your business.
Okay, that seems important.
It is, you need to know what it's actually worth.
But how do you do that?
It's not just about looking at your bank account. You might need to work with a valuation expert.
Oh, okay.
They'll look at your assets, your revenue, your profits, your market position, your growth potential.
Wow, it's pretty comprehensive.
It is. They'll even consider your brand reputation and intellectual property.
So you get a really clear picture of your business's value.
Exactly.
Okay, so once you know what it's worth.
Then you can start thinking about potential buyers.
But how do you find those buyers?
Well, she suggests networking,
Got it.
attending industry events, connecting with investors.
Right.
You could even work with a business broker.
So someone who specializes in these transactions?
Exactly.
Okay, and then you have to negotiate the terms of the sale.
That's right. And it can get complicated.
So it's important to have good advisors.
Absolutely. Legal and financial experts who can protect your interests.
Now, selling a business must be an emotional experience.
Oh, definitely. It's the culmination of years of hard work.
So she talks about the emotional side of it, too.
She does. She says to reflect on your journey, celebrate your accomplishments, acknowledge the challenges,
Yeah.
and honor the legacy you've built.
It's about recognizing everything you've been through.
Exactly.
Okay, so now let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about managing the wealth you've accumulated.
That's a crucial part of the equation.
It is. So what are some key wealth management strategies?
Well, she talks about diversification,
Okay.
investing wisely, minimizing taxes,
Right.
and protecting your assets.
So it's a holistic approach.
It is.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Okay.
Diversification, that's about spreading your wealth across different assets.
Right, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Okay, that makes sense.
You might invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals. It depends on your goals, your time horizon, and your risk tolerance.
So you create a balanced portfolio.
Exactly.
Okay, what about investing wisely?
Well, she says to research different investment vehicles, understand the risks and potential returns, and consider working with a financial advisor.
It's about making informed decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And what about minimizing taxes?
Well, there are legal ways to reduce your tax liability.
Like what?
You can take advantage of deductions,
Okay.
explore tax-advantaged accounts, and work with a tax professional.
So you're being smart with your money.
Exactly.
And finally, protecting your assets.
Right. That's crucial.
So how do you do that?
Well, she talks about having good insurance coverage,
Okay.
creating an estate plan,
Yeah.
and exploring asset protection strategies.
So you're safeguarding your wealth from potential risks.
Exactly, like lawsuits or creditors.
Okay, so wealth management is about more than just investing
It is. It's about protecting what you've earned.
and using it wisely.
Exactly.
Now, she also talks about building a family culture of responsible wealth management.
Oh, yeah, that's really important.
It's not just about teaching kids about money.
No, it's about instilling values,
Like what?
financial responsibility,
Okay.
prudence, long-term thinking,
Yeah.
generosity.
And ethical decision making.
Exactly. It's about creating a legacy.
That goes beyond just financial wealth.
Right. It's about raising responsible stewards of wealth.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, she talks about open communication,
Okay.
setting a good example, involving kids in financial discussion,
Yeah.
and giving them opportunities to learn about money.
It's about making financial literacy a part of family life.
Exactly.
And it's not just about family. It's also about giving back to the community
Absolutely. She talks about philanthropy.
and using your wealth to make a positive impact.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that wealth can be a force for good.
Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm really impressed with the depth of Dr. Howe's insight.
Me too.
It's not just about financial strategies.
No.
It's about living a more prosperous and meaningful life.
Absolutely. It's about aligning your actions with your values.
And creating a life of purpose.
Exactly.
Well said. If you want to learn more about Dr. Howe's work and Kokoshungsan Ltd., visit kokoshungsan.net.
That's kokoshungsan.net.
We encourage you to reflect on what you've learned from the Millionaire Code.
Yeah. What resonated with you?
What small step can you take today
to move closer to your goals?
Remember, every journey begins with a single step.
That's true.
We hope this deep dive has been valuable and inspiring.
Yeah, we hope you're motivated to create the life you desire.
Until next time, happy wealth building.
See you then.
Burning hot like a fire, melting hearts, taking us higher, sparking flames. We ignite the night. With every move, we're shining bright, blazing passion, a force untamed, dancing through life. We're not the same, embracing heat. We're on a roll, setting the stage. We're in control, freezing cold like a winter storm, chilling souls, taking them by the norm. Icy touch, sending shivers down the spine. Our rhythm freezes time, making you mine. Burning hot like a fire, melting hearts, taking us higher, sparking flames. We ignite the night. With every move, we're shining bright, blazing passion, a force untamed, dancing through life. We're not the same, embracing heat. We're on a roll, setting the stage. We're in control, freezing cold like a winter storm, chilling souls, taking them by the norm. Icy touch, sending shivers down the spine. Our rhythm freezes time, making you mine. In the heat of the moment, we're burning like a flame. In the chill of the night, we're freezing in the game. But no matter the weather, we're dancing hand in hand, together forever in our fire winterland. Through the highs and lows, we'll never let go. Our love's a blazing fire in the coldest of snow. With every beat of our hearts, we're defying the cold in this winter's tale of love. Our story will be told as the embers fade away and the frost begins to thaw. We'll keep dancing in the moonlight, with love as our only law. With ever's our only law. With every beat of our hearts, we're defying the cold. In this winter's tale of love, our story will be told. As the embers fade away and the frost begins to thaw, we'll keep dancing in the moonlight, with love as our only law. In the heat of the moment, we're burning like a flame. In the chill of the night, we're freezing in the game. But no matter the weather, we're dancing